By the stage. There we go. Hello, 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 people.
And me too. Hi.
There's Jack beside me.
Yep. When I met a fly.
Okay, thank you, Jack.
Yep. Try.
Watch your videos. Anyways, tonight I am going to do a Q&A. I will talk about anything from Danny Masterson to mental health to autism awareness, um, anything in general. I do have some friends that might be popping in, hopefully, but feel free to post any questions you have in the chat,
Hey,
and I am hoping they will pop up. Um, that's my 8-year-old Jack.
Yep.
He is autistic, and he essentially is why I started the autism awareness end of my channel. Him and my brother. My brother has Asperger's.
Yeah.
And apparently he's my little hype man tonight. Um, I have given him permission to basically pipe in on occasion
Yeah.
when he wants to,
Yep.
but not to go on full tangents, right, Jack?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. I know it.
He's a little smarty pants. But anyways, start bringing those questions in, and we will answer them.
Yep.
In the meantime, I will start by, I guess, discussing recent events, I suppose, um, or background information for the people who are coming in for the first time. I have never been in Scientology.
Or me.
Jack, chill. Shh. If you want to talk, raise your hand first.
Yeah.
I've never been in Scientology. Um, my past was not the best. My second oldest video has a full description of my past if you want to go back to that and look at it. But the general gist is because of trauma that I have been through, I have PTSD, anxiety, and severe depression. Severe clinical depression at that. And I have I have been dealing with the best I can. It's a fun little combination.
I have fun. I don't get up.
Yes, son, you have fun and you don't grow up.
And not pizza too.
And not be sad too.
And a double life flat too.
Oh, and have lots of friends too.
No, not a flat.
Oh, okay.
1 minute.
Apparently my son wants to be the star of the show.
Yeah, I know that. Okay. Short. Well, done.
But as you see, I'm trying to answer people to see if I can get people in. Because as it stands, I have 0 viewers. So nothing exciting is happening here.
Someone question? Raise your hand.
I can't see if they raise their hand, dear.
No, but me.
But you, okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I am probably going to do almost the full list of character letters that I mentioned earlier today.
Uh,
I am still debating on 2 of them, but I need to look at the letters first. And if y'all are interested in any specifically, please feel free to mention them to me, and I will deep dive them a little more, make a longer video out of it, just to make it more interesting for you. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of different mixing different people together. I really hate this dead air. Not even the dead air. I'm not Aaron. It's not the dead air I hate. It's the fact that I have nobody in here.
yeah, Tuppy.
Thank you, son. I have no one in here, and everybody I've invited to go live with me has not gotten back to me.
What?
It's been very fun so far, which has made this very uneventful. And Jack, why? I swear this child is something else. He literally has his tablet, but he still wants to jump in while he's watching his tablet. And if he does not stop, exactly. Thank you. But we are going to do what we can with what we have for the moment. I'm hoping in the next 10-15 minutes someone's going to hop on. If no one hops on by the 30-minute mark, I'm going to hop out, listen to it back best I can, and see if it worked. I don't know. I mean, this is solely just a test, if nothing else, to see if I more or less have the gist of StreamYard. Because I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. And that's okay. It's my first time doing it. I shouldn't know what I'm doing yet. Not fully, at least. Someone bring me some duct tape.
No. Or, no.
I swear, I don't know where this kid gets his mouth from. I honestly don't. But sorry, I'm trying to pull anyone in at this point. But anyways, we finally have someone. I don't know who we have, but we have someone. Is it literally saying that I am my only viewer? Well, whoever came in left just as quick. This is the wonder of going live, having no idea how this works, and people are popping in and out everywhere. But, Jack, please stop. But let me go over... Bad sound. Let me go over my notes. I am doing Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis as my next recording. Tomorrow I am going to release the Bijou Phillips character letter description for the most part. Again, I haven't quite figured out YouTube, so I haven't figured out how to share another screen. If anyone wants to help me, they are more than welcome to. But every time I put out those feelers, no one shows up. So But after Bijou, I'm going to do Ashton and Mila. And I will possibly do a separate video on the aftermath of that. And I plan on doing one video a day. That way I have plenty of time to record everything, I can space it out, and I have stuff ready to go. Right now, it's just the best way I can figure spacing out and everything. I have no guaranteed time on when I'm posting it. It'll probably be in the morning at some point, but there is no guarantee for time. After the fallout from Ashton and Mila, I'm going to do Deborah Jo Rupp and Kurtwood Smith together, because technically those are not his TV parents, but they're the mom and dad from that 70s show. So I figured it'd be suiting to put them together. The only way I will separate them is if there is something truly intriguing in the letters that make me want to separate them. As of right now, I don't think there will be. And then I'm going to go over basically the whole Ribisi clan. I'm not sure if Giovanni's going to be one on his own or not, but the whole Ribisi clan is going to completely be next. Hello, hello, hello to anyone who just showed up. Where was I? After that, Billy Baldwin is going to have a whole video to himself about his relation, his character letter, and all that. And any possible fallout that might come of it between now and then. I'm not sure. I don't think there will be. He is a huge name, but he's not that active anymore. Next, I am going to do Steve and Mona if I find anything really interesting, or if anyone is truly interested in finding out what this retired NYPD lieutenant has to say, because I have no idea. I don't know who he is. I know nothing about him yet. I have not done the research yet. But if something is truly intriguing about him, I might actually do a video. If not, I'm going to probably move on to Danny's siblings, Alana, Jordan, Will, and Steven, because I feel like they will be quite intriguing. It'll be interesting to see who has what to say and where they are background-wise. I know most of them are actors. I'm going to find out what they were in, if there's anything interesting. I might split the siblings up into groups of 2, depending on how intriguing it is. I don't know. Past that, I am going to do the people from the ranch. Justin Mooney, who is a writer, and Jim Patterson, who is the creator and a writer. And I'm going to put those together just because it's the same subject, and I feel like it would be pretty intriguing. I'm not sure what'll come of that one, but I'm going to do some background and all that, because to me it's interesting wanting to know why they would write those letters, considering they kicked him off the show. I mean, of course, it's from orders of Netflix, but still, they kicked him from the show. So it'll be interesting to see where they land one way or the other. And then we have Sean Pillar or Sean Pilar. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but he's a TV producer. He did a movie with him years ago called Too Pure. I have never heard of this movie, honestly. So I don't know how interesting it could be. Again, if you're interested, leave a comment and tell me, either here or in the video I posted today. Either place is fine. Just leave me some sort of a message telling me what you'd be interested in and all that. And then that is basically all the really interesting ones that I have. Yes, son.
I want to talk to you.
You want to talk to the computer?
Yeah.
Talk to the computer.
Yeah, my name's no, my friend was saying, what more?
Yes, baby.
Pizza, say it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your episodes, Jack. Hello there. Please leave a comment. Please ask me any question. I'll answer just about anything right now. I feel like I've had one person hopping in and out that's just been taunting me. I really do. But we are about to that 17-minute mark and nobody has hopped in. Welcome in, Evelyn. It is very nice to see you. It is my first time here as well. You must have just hopped out. Live tab, I'm drowning. All right. No RE. I'm not sure what you mean by no RE. But no, this is my first time doing a live, so don't worry. Oh, you don't need to take the dog to pee. Well, that's good to know. Oh, but you do need to take the dog to pee. Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure how this is working. It's saying I have people live and then that I don't. So just be patient with me. I don't even know how many people are in here at the moment. All right, come back as soon as you can, Evelyn. I wish this would tell me who all I have in here, because it is driving me nuts. Welcome, Evelyn. Now remember, I'm still learning. I really am. I have no clue what I'm doing. So please do forgive me. And please be patient with me. But definitely, if anyone has any questions or has anything they want to ask, please feel free to. Apparently, I have more people in here than I realize that I do. And I have another one in. Welcome. We are doing a Q&A, Ask Me Anything. And yes, I am aware that I am drowning at the moment. I am drowning and I am stuck. But it is okay. It truly is okay. I'm going to hop in just from my side to see what this looks like. I'll hop in just from my side to see what this looks like. It helps if I turn my volume off, because I have no idea who all is in here, because apparently some of y'all are in here, but I just don't know. Oh, I got 3 people. This is fun. All right, everyone, tell me where you're from, who you are, and feel free to ask questions. Like I said, I will answer anything regarding autism, Danny Masterson trial, mental health, anything about me, just nothing too weird. I'm trying. Again, this is my first time going live, and I have a midget cricket with his hands up in the air who is losing his mind because he knows there's people here now.
Yep, I know. Funny, I know it. Yep, I know. Cute ass.
Hey, Shelby. I just started doing this not long ago.
Oh, hi, Shelby.
Jack, please breathe.
Sorry.
I'm about to put you on the other side of the couch to watch your videos because you're something else.
Sorry.
But yeah, this is new for me. I just started doing this. Little background on what started me doing this. Shelby, if you want to know, or Evelyn. Jack, Shelby says hi.
Hi, Shelby. I love you. I love you.
All right, thank you, Jack. A little background. I started watching Aaron Smith Levin on Growing Up in Scientology. This was after Leah Remini and the Aftermath. And basically, it inspired me to start my own channel because he basically pulled a call to arms. Aaron Smith Levin's been fighting Scientology for years. Anyone who is part of the SPTV Nation knows about it and knows that his goal, Leah Remini's goal, Mike Rinder's goal, Mark and Claire Headley's goal, everyone's goal is to basically get Scientology's tax exempt status taken away. And hi, Freeman. And so basically, Aaron came up with an idea that if enough people make SPTV channels, regardless of what they were actually about behind everything, enough channels calling notice to what Scientology was doing wrong, that that the world would take notice, and that David Miscavige, the little Keebler elf that he is, can't take everybody down, and he's going to lose his little mind and shit his little pants and go running scared. And we might actually get Shelley back, who is his wife that he disappeared. Possibly his ex-wife. No one's really sure. And we could also get justice for the people who were abused, trafficked, assaulted, because it's really bad, especially with the disconnection and everything, which is one of the big reasons why I jumped on this cause. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. I'm far enough in the video. It's a sex trafficking cult, essentially. It is, but it isn't. A lot of sexual assault happens within the cult that, unfortunately, goes unreported to the police because Scientology, allegedly, it's true, but allegedly, does not believe in going to the authorities. It is in their policy. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, that they should not go to civil authorities. Technically, in their mind, that also includes the police. But and there's also a disconnection policy. Whenever someone is considered an SP, which is a suppressive person, they are forced. Their family is forced to disconnect from them. Their family, their friends, everyone. No one is allowed to talk to them again. No one's allowed to talk to them. No one's allowed to look at them. Everyone has to avoid them. That in itself is heartbreaking. Not to mention the basically free labor and human trafficking is in the labor and moving people across state lines and overseas and things like that if they aren't doing what Scientology wants them to. We had a case not long ago. I posted about it. There's a gentleman who was shipped from where he lived all the way over to California, all because his family was trying to get him and his wife out. He was also separated from his wife in that move. And it was also because they were both Sea Org members and she got pregnant and they were trying to convince her to voluntarily miscarry the baby, I should say. She refused at one point, and they were trying to convince her and brainwash her and tell him that he wanted it that way, and she said no, that he wouldn't, that she talked to him, and then all of a sudden they shipped him over to LA, and he was brainwashed and was forced to basically say, yes, I want her to have this done to her, which is very unfortunate. Please, if anyone has questions, feel free to ask. But there's that. Leah Remini now has a lawsuit going against Scientology. I think it's ROTC and David Miscavige. Or is RTC, not ROTC, that's a different thing. RTC and David Miscavige over the fair gaming that they've been doing to her since she left and since she started the Fair Game podcast and the show Scientology in the Aftermath, because she has been the worst victim of fair game, her and Mike Rinder together, because Mike left first, and then when Shelley Miscavige went missing, Leah asked about her and was basically talked to like she was crap and told that she didn't have the effing rank, and she eventually ended up leaving because I guess it dawned on her that what she was in wasn't necessarily religion but a cult. So that led to her book, Troublemaker, and her show Scientology in the Aftermath that she did with Mike Rinder for, I think, 3 seasons. I might be wrong. And that was mainly talking about the disconnection policy and the fair gaming and things like that. And you actually can witness some of the fair gaming in the show. But the show ended up getting canceled because Scientology kept threatening to sue Disney. Well, technically Discovery, or A&E. A&E is owned by Discovery, which is owned by Disney, if that makes sense. But essentially the mouse got scared, and the mouse backed down. even though Scientology has not won a civil lawsuit. And I believe Aaron said it was about 20 or 25 years, which is why he's not scared of them and I'm not either. The thing is if Scientology if Scientology decides to sue anyone, they have to pull their paperwork out, and there is a lot of it. They have to backtrack and pull out everything regarding what I say, or what Aaron says, or anyone else says, and try to prove it's false. Or if it's true, which means tons of knowledge reports, tons of auditing sessions. Everything is on paper. Everything is recorded. So there is so much stuff. They will threaten to sue all day long, but they won't. And then if they sit there and go to the extent of, oh yes, we are going to sue, they're going to end up paying you to go away. So I welcome it. And I know eventually I will be fair game to myself if it comes down to it. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Because I am not that interesting. I'm not even interesting enough to hold all three people for my whole stream. But yeah, Leah Remini has also got the Fair Game podcast with Mike Rinder, which got shut down because of threats of lawsuits to, I guess, the platform or the producers or something like that of the podcast. Now they are kind of sort of restarting the Fair Game podcast, but on Mike Rinder's channel. And it's completely thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. It is completely run on Mike's channel. Mike and his wife Christy run it completely by themselves. Poor Mike has been through the ringer. That's a story for another day. Or maybe for 10 minutes when I run out of things to say here. But so they started that back up. She's got the lawsuit going on. And Scientology, if anyone knows what fair gaming is, they send out private investigators to follow you around, to harass you, record you, whole 9 yards. The closer you are to a org or a mission, the more likely that is to happen. Luckily, where I am, there's no orgs, no missions. I've got to go a few hours south to even touch one. But and then it'll go to the extent where they will pay private investigators to pay trash men to pick up your garbage, because they're just looking for anything. They'll call employers, they'll call your contacts, your family, and threaten and all this other stuff. There's even websites. If you look up Mike Rinder or Mark Headley or Leah Remini or anyone, or even Aaron Smith Levin on Google, one of the first things that comes up will probably be a site called whois.com. And it is run by Scientology. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, it'll say Church of Scientology down there somewhere. I've looked at it myself. Mark Headley's is actually quite interesting. There's a whole video about him licking crackers. Don't worry, Shelby. I don't think they're going to have enough on you for them to call about anything. They'd probably call you about me first. But that's basically what fair gaming is. That's kind of the short version of what it is. Now, when it comes to all the lawsuits and everything, unfortunately, when it comes to like the human trafficking stuff and things like that, the first thing that Scientology does, because they are tax exempt, because they are considered a religion. I know they are hilarious, aren't they? But because it's a religion, they have made internal arbitration so that whenever someone tries to sue them, all they have to do is scream religion and, was it First Amendment? I might be right. I don't know. And say, no, we want to do internal arbitration before anything goes to court. Because it's religion, it is our text, it is this, it is that. They need to come to us. Which is basically them trying to get out of jail free card. And it's literally how they're using it, is as a get out of jail free card, because they don't want anyone digging in their dirty laundry at all. And unfortunately, with people like, I think it was Valeska Paris. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it was Valeska Paris. They ended up being able to pull off the internal arbitration thing. No, I'm not thinking of Valeska Paris. It's someone else. Because that's the Paris Baxter case. I'm getting myself confused at this point. But there's a case of human trafficking where they are sending, it's been sent to human arbitration. It's been sent to internal arbitration, and they basically, the woman that is trying to sue them has been messing with them hardcore to the point of asking for, because the arbitration, they choose an arbitrator, she chooses an arbitrator, and then there's a third arbitrator that's supposed to be some sort of like a happy medium. I guess it's chosen by the court, or I don't know. It's supposed to be a happy medium, but they're not allowed to have cameras in there. The lawyer's not supposed to go in there, nothing, which to me is bonkers in itself. There should at least be a camera in there, or someone to take a written transcript. But so she's basically screwing with Scientology at this point. She's asking for Shelley. She's asking for Shelley. She's asking for Dave. She's asking for Tom Cruise. Asking for every big name actor who's in Scientology to be her arbitrator, just to piss them off. Because it has to be a Scientologist in good standing. And there's not really a lot of them, and it's hard to know if one is or not, because they don't release that list anywhere. I mean, you could say John Smith down the road, and they can go, oh no, he's not in good standing, even though he was in good standing 2 hours ago. They'll just say that he's not in good standing just to get out of it, so they can delay it even further. Which I suppose is fine. But, so now we've got the Danny Masterson case. He was found guilty of 2 of the 3 charges of forcible rape. And he has, each charge individually is 15 to life. Together, that would be 30 to life. Oh, we got Christy. Let me bring her in. Christy!
Hi, Chrissy.
I was going over the Danny Masterson stuff, trying to kill the dead air.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. You're echoing a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, let's see. Is that
I
good?
knew it'd get interesting eventually.
Does that echo a little better? Turn it down more.
Yeah, just a little more.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. It's a new microphone, so we have to fiddle.
Oh, it's all good. I'm literally just running off the one on the laptop, so you are all good.
Okay. Then let me turn volume up on. There. Okay. So how's it going with y'all?
So far, so good. I've had 3 people in here. Max?
That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad at all for the first one.
Hello.
Hi, Evelyn.
Sweet Evelyn was my first person to come in.
Yeah.
And no, I was going over before you hopped in. I was going over what fair game was, the Holy Eremity thing, and I was starting to talk about the Danny Masterson stuff because I know we have at least one person in here that doesn't know anything about it. So I was trying to explain like the SPTV end of it all.
Right.
Hi.
Hi.
Why your name? I can't hear you.
Say hi.
Hi. I
Hi.
can't hear you.
I know you can't hear her because I got headphones on.
But I can't see.
Oh my goodness. I swear this child. There you go. Now say hi, Jack.
Hi.
Hi, little man.
Hi, are you?
I love you. You're loving very quick, aren't you?
Yeah, I know her.
Aw.
What's your answer?
What is your answer?
I love you too, Jack.
All right, you ready to go watch your videos?
Second. What's your one more second?
One more second.
What's your answer?
What's yes, she's on the live with me, baby. Okay. Give me the headphone back.
You answer. What's your answer?
Jack, breathe.
What you answer?
Tell
Oh.
Jack that we can talk tomorrow, that I'll call him.
Okay. Jack, she said she'll call you tomorrow, okay? So you can talk to her more, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hear me.
Well, I'm so glad you came, even if it was just on accident.
I did it. I lended you or landed you? I'm not.
Landed on you.
Oh.
Probably in the Reese chat.
Was it the one that I was on when she was on her little vacation?
Mm-hmm. Remember the other night, I can't remember who it was, but they posted your channel in the chat.
Mm.
Right before you
I know.
right before you did that live.
As you can tell, my animals are happy because I'm off work.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be?
This is DC,
Oh.
and the cat is Little Bit.
I've got one named Minnie, but she's pissed off at the world and hiding, so.
You're fine.
I'm not for tell someone.
I will get the duct tape child.
And what?
swear the sass on this one.
DC, don't unplug me.
Why did the tape?
To duct tape your mouth shut.
Why?
Run away.
Okay.
Run. Run. Shh. I swear we're going to figure this out eventually. I told you this was going to be a night of chaos.
Oh, it's fine. We will have a good time.
I was going to say, I invited a bunch of people. Who all shows up is another matter, but I did invite a bunch of people.
Hey, as I told you, I knew I'd be late because of the time difference.
Yeah,
And me having to work.
Exactly. I didn't even think about the time difference. Child, you need to breathe. Do you want to go in my room with your tablet?
Duct tape.
Stop looking for duct tape.
He thinks you're serious.
I'm not actually going to duct tape your mouth, child.
I want you to do it at me.
Jack, just go watch your tablet in mommy's room.
No.
Did you seriously just tell me no?
Hey, Jack.
Jack, come here. Miss Christy wants to say something.
Yeah.
He said woohoo. Give me that. Go ahead.
Hey, Jack.
Why you tap me?
Jack. Why don't you be good? Do like Mom said. Go play your tablet in Mommy's room. And then if you're good, I will call you and we can talk tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Perfect.
Okay.
All right, go do it. What Miss Christy said.
Yeah.
I'm just that good.
Hey, don't tap me.
Escape stories. Okay. Christy, let's start with you.
Mine's not really an escape story. I grew up with the Pentecostal church. And I was one of the holy rollers, as they would call them.
Jack Ryan, go. Go ahead.
And we did the whole speaking in tongues and as you would call, like laying out, because we would get in the spirit and lay over, things like that. And I probably around my teenage years, I come to the waking up and asking why, and thinking, well, that doesn't make sense, and questioning and thinking, well, why is that like that? And why does the Bible say that? And that contradicts, and that's kind of hypocritical, DC stuff. And so once I started questioning and really like coming around to why is everything the way it is, I started kind of going to church less and less because it was just more hypocritical to me.
Oh yeah.
And my church went from being Pentecostal to then they moved to non-denominational. And when they moved to non-denominational, then they started changing things up. And they started saying things and moving things differently to where it really drastically changed. Like, we were used to praying in tongues and like we would hold hands and we would literally touch each other and like be in the spirit. And then they started telling us, well, you can't do that. And even in youth group, we would do that because that was what we did. That's what we grew up doing.
Oh,
and then they started telling us, no, you can't do that. That interrupts you talking between you and God. And I was like, how. That's what we've done. That's how we've done it all our life.
Yeah.
And it literally made no sense to me.
Mhm.
And they started making us stand 5 feet apart and that we couldn't touch each other. And our church was also one of them. If they tried to say everybody was welcome, no matter body shape, color, size, clothing, what
Mhm.
have you. And we actually had a youth pastor. She come in and she was tattooed, neck down, completely covered in tats. And I thought, that's pretty awesome. I've never seen anybody in church, especially anybody in the role in church, that's had tattoos like that. And I thought, that's cool, especially for a youth pastor. That kind of shows, you are accepted and that puts it in the limelight.
Yeah.
She wasn't there but a couple of months. And I thought, something's fishy.
Mhm.
And so I stopped, eventually altogether quit going. And my faith just started slipping and slipping and slipping. And now I'm agnostic.
Okay.
I believe there's something. I don't know what that is. I mean, it could be a higher power. It could be a blue ball of energy. It could be some green alien up in the sky. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is, but I believe there's something. I just don't know what it is.
I mean, that's fair enough. When I was in church when I was little, I didn't realize back then that it was, I didn't realize till you mentioned yours that it was considered a Pentecostal church. Because the churches I went to when I was little with a friend of mine, they did the speaking in tongues, they did the basically the trust fall type thing and
Mm-hmm.
all that. And it was like to a point where it's like I was speaking in tongues, but I didn't know what I was saying and I didn't know why I was doing it. I just thought it was what I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And you did it
And I
because
didn't,
everybody else was doing it.
and I figured if I asked any questions that I would get looked at like I lost my mind, even though I already sounded like I lost my mind.
Yes.
But it was just one of those things. It was always so bizarre. I mean, I didn't mind it, but it was just very, very bizarre to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still Christian. I have no problem with anyone else having a differing religion or whatnot. I'm very open minded. To each their own. Whatever brings them peace.
Right.
The way I see it, my beliefs are my beliefs, and someone else's is their own.
Right.
But for me, I guess with my supposed, I don't know what that was. With my supposed escape story, it's not really an escape story. There was no grand religion or cult or anything that I left. My the second video I ever made on here basically explains my background. My birth father was in the Navy. He was the classic drunken Navy man. And he was an angry drunken Navy man. He drank beer, liquor like it was water. And he was highly abusive. And he was like that my whole life. I'm not going to get too in depth in the weeds. That's what that video is for. So I don't feel like crying at the moment. But basically, it got to a point where, hallelujah, my mother finally divorced him. I wish she had a lot sooner, but she finally did. And after she divorced him, we moved to the other side of town. We moved to the other side of town right before my 16th birthday. Right after my 16th birthday, I had made a friend when I had moved over to this side of town. Everything was going great. I'd known him for months. Shortly after my 16th birthday, I invited him over to watch a movie, and I was raped. So then there's that whole ball of wax.
By your stepdad?
No. By the
Oh.
friend I made after I moved
Oh.
around this side of town.
Okay.
No, not by my stepdad. But luckily, not luckily, but spitefully, he left with no clothes because I threw them next door into my Nana's yard and the dog ate them. I mean,
if it happens, it happens.
exactly. I'm sick and sadistic when I'm pissed off, especially. It's never really when it's me. Very few occasions is it when it's me. It's normally when it's someone I care about. That's the whole reason I started this channel. But, and then after that, it was a lot of abusive relationships and things of that nature. And everything culminated to, and my mother didn't believe anything was wrong with me, though I kept telling her something was wrong. It all culminated to after I had my oldest son, things had gotten so bad for me mentally. The suicidal ideations came back and all that I had before I was even married and everything. And I told my OB that, no, I need help. So she sent me to a therapist, and the therapist had basically told me, okay, this is what's going on. You have PTSD, you have severe clinical depression, and you have anxiety, mild anxiety. And that's kind of where I hold the relation with everyone else here because of the trauma aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who has been in one of these cults or severe religions or something like that has had some sort of, well, most have had some sort of trauma that has led them to leave or has messed them up in some form.
Yeah.
I mean, as odd as it sounds to make some sort of a trauma bond out of it, but it's therapeutic in a way.
Oh, yeah.
It's a matter of finding like-minded individuals that have been in the same place mentally and helping each other out, if not just for talking about our past and getting over it, but to help pull each other out of those darkest moments when they start coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us are going to go back into having panic attacks still and nightmares still.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll feel like we're crazy and we'll feel like we're alone. But we just need that one person that we can go to and talk to and get it out with and talk about what's going on.
Right. That's what I love about the SBTV community is that that's what we're here. I mean,
exactly. And that was part of why I was so glad that Marilyn started the Facebook group.
mm-hmm.
Because that got everybody together into a forum where everyone could actually meet each other and talk to each other and share their stories with each other and be open and honest and have some sort of a circle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Especially with therapy being very hard to come by anymore because everyone's on therapy and the wait list is forever now.
Well, not that, but expensive.
Yes. Even when you're on Medicaid, it's nearly impossible to find therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find good therapy. Excuse me.
Evelyn, are you talking about Maryland's? Maryland's is Coffee, Crafts, and Cults.
Yes. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick to put a link in.
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, hers is Coffee Crafts and Cults. And I posted in there the other day about my life. She has a really good group going there too. And she has well over 500 members in that group.
590 members.
Yep. She's doing well. And
Oh yeah,
it's
she's done very
and
well.
that's one reason, Lisa, that I did my group is that, SBTV, yeah, they have like the whole Scientology thing. But I did my group to where I know there's a lot of never ends.
Mhm.
And that there's a lot of people that are never in, but still they can relate to Scientology and relate to the cult atmosphere, but they're a never end.
Yeah.
And so I figured there needs to be a group or a place that people need to come to vent and talk and just whatever. And I thought that's
Oh, yeah.
where I'll share, I'll have my group to where people can just come to for a safe place.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I did for mine. It's a place just to go to. It's a safe
Mhm.
place, no judgment, to just come, chill, hang out, vent, talk, do what we got to do. And
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
what
that
I've
one.
done.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me pull yours up as well. I gotta find it. What is it called again?
Christ Anxiety.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's just from going to church and having that fear-based anxiety instilled
Mhm.
because all the fire and brimstone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I was saying in my live the other day that, I can remember being a kid and going to bed, and every night going to bed and thinking, Jesus, forgive me for my sins, because
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to go to bed and go to sleep and think that I'm going to go to hell because I didn't get my sins washed away.
Definitely.
And that's what they instilled in us in church, is that if you didn't get your sins washed away, you were going to hell. You were going to go to hell and burn for all eternity.
Yep.
And that is something a child should not have to fear.
Oh, definitely. You are very, very right.
I mean, could you imagine that? Could you imagine Jack having to sit there and fear that every night?
Oh, I really don't want to imagine that, honestly.
Right. I mean, it's just
terrifying.
It is. It's just, that's something that, why would you put your kids through that?
Exactly.
And it's just, I can even look back on it and some of the things, with me as a kid, I'm just like, that's crazy. Some of the stuff I went through, it's just insane.
Oh, definitely. Let me see what I got here. There we go. And then edit. I'm slowly figuring this out. There we go.
Thank you, Evelyn.
I got the YouTube channel
friend
up.
request. Yes, that is it.
Told you I'm slowly figuring it out.
Yeah, you'll get it. And once you start getting those little bits of here and there, it'll be like, oh, this is easy.
Oh my goodness. Wow, it's been over an hour.
Time flies.
Yeah, when there's actually another person in here with me.
There was one night I was on here for like 3 hours, and we were just, and I think I was with Michelle that night. And me and
Mhm.
Michelle were just sitting there talking, and we were doing nothing but talking and cracking up and having fun. And that's what we did.
Oh yeah, definitely. I honestly think Evelyn's the only one left in here.
Yeah, but like Evelyn just said, like most of the watchers come on replay. That's
Yeah.
why I do what I do. And
Oh yeah, definitely. I was talking to. Who was I talking to? I can't remember if it was Kim or April. One of them said that they were going to probably just watch the replay. April was going to go live with us, but she has to be up at 3 in the morning for work. So, God bless her.
yeah, I finally got this weekend off, so I'm like, finally, because except for being sick Saturday, I had called out. It's 10 days in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, or last 10 days.
Yeah.
So
I feel you there.
It's going to be a nice little reprieve. But then, of course, the weekends is adult time, and we have to, do adult things like go grocery shopping and things like that.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, at least it's not work.
Yeah.
You're
I don't
actually
know.
getting out
Grocery shopping is work.
of the. But it comes with free samples sometimes.
Sometimes.
Did you hear about, allegedly, I can't remember where my mother told me about this from. I think it was one of those court shows, but this woman was suing her grandmother for basically smoking pot in her car and taking it off on joyrides. Come to find out what this little old woman was doing was she would pick her friends up, they would get high, drive over to like the Sam's or the Costco, and then go have free samples for lunch while they were high as a kite.
Oh, wow, no.
It was one of.
I couldn't imagine little old ladies doing that. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, but it was just like one of the funniest things I ever heard. I was like, you know what? That sounds like something a pothead grandmother would do.
Right? I'd be like, let's go, Grandma. Let's go have some fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
That's where we're going to Costco Sunday. So we're going Sunday because we're going before all the church people to beat the crowd.
Very fair. That is a very fair thing to do.
Yes. That's it. When we usually try to do our grocery shopping, but see, usually my schedule, I'm off Monday and Tuesdays. But right now, with going through this training, I'm off Saturday and Sunday. And so since I'm actually off this weekend, we actually get to go on Sundays.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. She said we're the only ones that she's listening to other than her bulldog snoring. That's so sweet.
Evelyn, I am ADD too. Well, I am ADHD. And so I am such the squirrel type. I'm like squirrel, and
Mhm.
yeah, as y'all can tell, like our topics go from one to the other to the other to the other. Yeah, that's how I am.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also a case of we literally just met a few hours ago, so everything is basically new.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just trying to figure everything out.
Brett, why you gotta be a Brett? My cat literally just knocked the napkins, the tissue box off the table.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
It's the first time she's ever done anything like that. She was just like, boop.
It's totally out of spite.
I think she was just like waking up and stretching and didn't even realize what she was doing.
Give me 1 second. I can still hear you, but I'm just starting to grab another drink. Because I was smart and I actually put headphones in and charged them beforehand.
I can't believe I actually found headphones to go with my new mic. Ellen, do you like my new mic?
I do like your mic. I can't win for losing. What, Jack?
Good.
What is it?
I'll get my new webcam here around the 20th, I think. Right, babe?
I have to get this webcam on here. The webcam on here seems to be doing pretty good, but it's a new computer. I am going to have to invest in a mic, though, at some point. Or put it on some sort of a wish list or something. I don't even know how I would do that.
Let's see. I'm looking it up. Let's see. When is it supposed to be in? That I want shipped. It is tracking info.
Okay.
Oh, dang. It ain't supposed to be here till September 25th through the October 4th. So I got a minute. I'll be waiting.
Minute and a half.
She's got a minute and a half.
Well, all right. There we go.
I like how you said, once you're able to click the link.
Well,
Really, Lisa?
that's me being impatient. I'm sitting there like, it's only 2-3 minutes. Someone on here with me, please help. I am drowning and I haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
You are not the only person that got that message.
I was trying. I was trying. I almost told you just to push up the live like an hour to where I could help you backstage first.
True. Wish that was something you would have told me a couple hours ago.
Well, you were already like, it's at 9. So I got to be there at 9.
Poe's here.
Is Poe here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hello, honey.
Howdy. Yeah, we just finished our stream with Liz Ferris, so
that means Chad's probably right behind you.
Yeah, he should be, because I was talking to him. He was in my he was in the stream with us, and then he was in the backstage as well. So I was like, oh man, I gotta get over there. Shoot, it went to over 2 hours, and we're still not done. We're going to do a part 2 of it, and then we're getting ready. We're going to do a chatathon for Save Bob Ferris. So,
See, Poe, this is why I didn't ask you for a live, because I know you're constantly busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if y'all want to put one of us in the chatathon too to
Excellent. Yeah.
fill in time,
Yeah.
swing it by him and all that.
Yeah, it's we want to build a good solid foundation on it. There's a few things, Liz having come out like she did. One of the big things that we wanted to make a point of is that we accept her, and that when I look at her, I don't see Liz LGBT, I see Liz Ferris, and that's one of the big things we want to do. And so it wasn't just about her dad. That's a big thing for us. We want to get her dad back, and we want to get them connected, but I also want her to know that she has the support and love of this community as well.
Exactly. So that's part of why, at least the last time they did the Liz Ferris live, I jumped at the chance to volunteer to do it, because honestly, screw what her orientation is. She's a person, and we love her.
Yeah. That's
what it comes down to.
I talk about it when my daughter came out. She decided to come out at Thanksgiving dinner, which I still would like to know why it has to be at something like that. But she came out. She says, I'm gay, and we're all like, okay, tell us something we don't know. We knew it. We were accepting of it. We were just waiting for her to come to the reality of it as well. So
it was probably one of those kill two birds with one stone, let everyone know at the same time in one place and be done with it.
No, you want me to tell you why?
Why?
Why is that?
Because it's on a holiday or something like that, you feel like the pressure won't be as bad. You feel like if you disappoint somebody, it's not going to be so bad on a holiday. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that. Plus, I also look at it from the standpoint of that's when you're going to have the people. Oh,
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Howdy.
Chad.
Thanks. Hey guys, thanks for having me.
So,
not a problem. Thank you for coming.
So what was the topic before we jumped in here?
We were literally just randomly talking, because I've probably got 3 viewers at the most.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, I know, but this has just been me trying to figure out StreamYard and things like that mainly.
Plus, you have to get comfortable in your space as a presenter as well. And I had a little bit more experience with it, with the fact that I've been on Animal Planet, National Geographic. I've done public speaking for decades now. So for me, it's a little bit easier. I'm used to being in that public forum, but it still took me time to get myself to that level. Nobody is going to be at Chad's level.
Never be at Chad's level.
Yeah, right. I was so my first one was on Pose. I was a guest on Pose. I was terrified. I've never done anything like this. So, and that wasn't that long ago. It was like January, February, whatever it was. And it happens quick. This is under a year, and it happens quick.
Yeah, like I was just saying over on mine. At the beginning of the year, I had 175 subscribers to my channel. I went on Aaron Smith Levins and immediately broke the 1,000 subscribers overnight. And now we're at 4,000 subscribers, and it's still growing hourly pretty much. So it's going to get there for you. You just have to stay in there. And hello, Evelyn. How are you doing? So,
I was just telling Pochad that I will happily hop in on the next chatathon that you're doing for Liz, if you want me.
Oh, great.
Me too, if I'm not working. For sure.
Definitely. I volunteered for the last one. I mentioned it to, I think it was Marilyn, but she said everything was already set up and arranged and all that. And
theirs is very scheduled, believe me.
It is very scheduled. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, tell me what you want. I'll go there and do it. So
exactly. Yeah. But whenever you want me for one, just hop over and tell me. And I'm in.
Yeah, and we still got to get together and do some crafting stuff as
Yes,
well.
the Halloween thing.
Yeah, because I've been working literally when I'm not. My wife has a courier service, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I do the Toledo route for her to help her out. And so, the rest of the time, if I'm not on streaming, I'm literally out in the garage. I'm either filling orders or I am working on content for edited content I'm gonna be putting out for crafting.
Yeah.
So, and this is my favorite time of the year. Halloween is my Christmas.
Exactly.
So that's
Same for me.
I want to put
I
out.
mean,
some-
I've already got my sugar skull to paint and some weird pumpkin thing, and I've got some different like fabrics for pillows to sew. So
That's interesting. I am getting ready to cover a Stratocaster body guitar with this.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I can't wait to
It's
see
fun
the
at my
aftermath.
Yeah, is that one of the small patch pieces?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's one
I
of the
had to.
quarters.
I had to get this one from one of the fabric shops, but I have a customer that wanted me to build them a Strat style body. One of the things I'm doing, I haven't even had time to even do a video on it, is I'm taking 1/4-inch layers of plywood, cutting them with a laser, and then doing the layering and gluing them all together, and then I'm finishing them and casting them in resin for guitar bodies. So I had a customer that's like, I want one and I want it to celebrate a Day of the Dead type theme. So when I finally found the fabric and he approved of it, so that's the next step we're going on. So,
Nice.
That's awesome.
yeah, it's a lot of work doing that, believe me. Because when the body is ready, you have to literally soak the fabric in the resin, put it on there, and then you have to make sure you have no bubbles, all that. Once it sets, you have to go in and route all the way around the body and clear off that edge because it's all going to be jagged and everything. And then, go in and paint the remainder of the body from there. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what are the other things? What do we got going on there with you? What do you got going on?
I have to just mention that I can't help but notice the anime theme here. I have.
Oh, right here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Have you been watching the One Piece live version?
No. I haven't.
Oh, it's so true to the anime and the manga. It's the most anime or live action. They cut out so much, but with this one breaking it into a series, it is following the storyline of the anime and the manga very well. So,
And
I'm
we're
very
talking about
happy
the
with
one on Netflix.
Yep. One Piece. It's the One Piece live action. So
Okay, I'll have to look into
I
that.
really liked the Death Note live action was great.
Yeah, it was.
What's
I didn't know there
what's
was
the
Death
one
Note
where
live
the kid, the female Shimigami turns her powers over to the kid, and then he becomes a Shimigami also. I'm trying to remember what that one is. They did a live of that one that I like better than the anime or the manga. So
Female Shimigami
Be-
turns his powers over to the kid Shimigami.
Well, he's just a regular kid.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember. Give me a second here.
You're
We
good.
were talking about Death Note, but he's trying to think of what this other one is. He said it's a regular kid.
Let's see here. I'm going through them now. You know what might work best is let me just go to Netflix. Jeez.
Talking about what?
Kid summons the
great.
demon using his eye. Black Butler.
Black Butler?
No, it's
No.
Okay.
I would say Bleach, but I know that's definitely
that's
not
it.
right.
No.
Bleach live action.
Bleach live action?
They did a live action.
That shit
Yep,
never
and I like it
happened.
better than I like the anime or the manga of it. So
Wow, I saw part of the anime. I haven't seen it the whole way through, but
my kids are addicts for manga and anime, and I blame a lot of that on myself, taking them to Japan and everything. Been to Japan so many times. It's so
Just a little bit.
Well, Poe, next time, take me, please.
Yeah, right.
well. Once gas prices start coming down, airline fees are going to start coming back down again. I've flown round trip from Chicago to Tokyo for as little as $700. So
Wow.
it's not that bad. And then once you get over there, you can find the right accommodations. I usually like to do an Airbnb or something like that,
Yeah.
and it makes it a lot less expensive for me. You just before you go, just make sure you know the rules, the laws, everything that you're going to have to pass through to get into the country in the first place.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're American or Canadian, we have the fortunate thing of pretty much every country in the world except for a handful allow us an automatic up to 90 days visa without having to apply for a visa. So
Oh, okay.
now, if you really want bang for your buck, you want Thailand, you want Vietnam, or you want Cambodia.
Thailand
there
is one place I've always wanted to go.
was that.
Thailand is one place I've always wanted.
I absolutely, if the wife would move there, I'd be living there now. Talking
Why
to a
does that
friend of
not
mine.
surprise me?
Oh yeah, I got a friend that he literally lives like 800 feet from the ocean in a little 2-bedroom, little I don't know, a bungalow, I guess you'd call it, and he pays $150 a month for that.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he literally there's the lady I did a video on, the coconut smoothie lady that I used to go see every morning when I was in Bangkok. 3 different times in Bangkok, and I would every time I would go, I would stay where I could get close enough to go over and get a smoothie from her every morning. She literally gets up at 3 a.m., goes out and collects coconuts off the beach, puts them in the back of her 3-wheeled scooter, rides it 25, 30 miles into Bangkok to where her little cart is, and is open for like 4 hours until she sells out for the day. Some of the most amazing coconut smoothies you've ever had. You know, they're like big gulps, and it was 50 cents.
Wow.
Oh,
Plus the
That is
food.
awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see an SPTV trip coming.
Right?
I tell you what, it's you know, I started when I was in the military traveling the world, and I got the bug. And honestly, I would be a complete nomad if, you know, and I'm not saying in a bad way. If I didn't have a family, I would be out there living a nomad life. That's just, you know, for me, that's the way to do it, is to experience
that
different
doesn't
cultures.
surprise me one bit.
Okay. Evelyn, she uses the coconut water. She puts in sweetened condensed milk. I swear, I think she puts MSG in it, by the way. She puts some kind of powder in there, and then ice, and then puts it into a blender and turns it into a smoothie, and it is absolutely amazing. I don't like coconuts here in America. They taste chemical, processed. Over there, they're a completely different animal. It's like the mangoes. You eat mango here, it has a certain flavor. I don't like it. But I go to Thailand, I go to Vietnam, and the mango there, light years away from what we're using.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see what's looking here. So, Chad, what is new with you?
I'm trying to think. Just
Where's Mini Chad?
he's back there. There's too many things now. I'm getting, you know, John keeps sending me things almost every day. Just working on my channel, you know, doing the waterfall streams every day and trying to come up with some new content, stuff like that. That's about it.
Yeah,
How's Chaz?
That's one.
He's good. He's in the other room.
Is you're going to be, you know, you're constantly going to be trying to find new content and new ways of keeping people coming and seeing what's going on with your channel. But once you get your core people, you're going to be just fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I've got most of my stuff. I mean, luckily, it's easy to find content right now with all the Danny Masterson stuff going on.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a big one. Is the Danny Masterson?
That leads to my next question. And this is me asking an opinion. What do y'all think about because it's a few days ago when Aaron did a live with Mark. They had mentioned Julian Schwartz.
Okay.
What do y'all think of the possibility of doing a live? I would hope to get Aaron or Mark or Claire involved because they have that firsthand experience. To give their opinions and what they've heard, and they basically doing like a skeptical piece on the Julian Schwartz of it all, since he's essentially the cleaner of Scientology at the moment.
Right. Yeah, definitely I would look to their guidance, because it is, I'm a different person in the fact that I don't get, they're not going to scare me into
Same here.
And I've got a lot of resources at my disposal. There isn't a cop within probably a 25-mile radius who doesn't know me.
Yeah.
So those are things you're going to have to think about, is when you start taking this fight on, are you ready? Because they will do low down dirty stuff.
Oh, I'm very well aware. I'm not that interesting anyway, so
yeah,
I'm not to find anything.
That's what I thought until I found those air tags under my car, and then found the guy sitting a couple doors down taking photos of my house with a one of those great big lenses on his camera, things like that. It really strikes home. But
Yeah.
the thing is that you're not going to back me down. It's not going to happen. You'll find that as you start growing and you start getting more and more SPTV stuff coming on your channel, you're going to start getting people that are coming into your chats that are saying horrendous stuff. I was talking to Chad about it the other day. I got a crap ton of emails over the last couple of lives that I'd done with the Leah Remini thing, and then with Danny Masterson. I got just absolutely horrible emails from people telling me I'm a criminal, I'm this, I'm that. You open them up and you're just like, well, this is a very grounded person that I'm listening to here.
Yeah.
You're gonna get used to that. So that's just how it is. You can't. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to act the way that they want to. You just have to be able to accept it and deal with it. So.
Exactly, and this is why Goldie doesn't get paid near enough.
Oh yeah, Goldie doesn't get paid. She won't take money. I know. So Emily's saying it right. You're gonna, until you actually get to the point where you need a moderator in your chats and everything, you're just gonna have to learn how to ban them from your channel and delete what they're saying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Every live that I put out, there's probably 5 to 10 comments that are made after the live has been posted in the comment section that I have to go through and remove and then ban the person. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with Liz.
I'm interested to see if that PI is going to come back to your house, Poe.
Oh, he ain't. Don't worry about him. That boy ain't coming back. He knows. Because next time, the thing you're going to find is that if he does it, he's going to, and I'm not there, what's going to happen? So, like I said, I've got a vice president of a very big motorcycle club lives down the door from me, lives a few doors down from me.
Ooh.
So, and this guy's already made the point, you come back around, you're going to deal with us on it. Mm-hmm. So what happens when I'm not there? He may have been back around for all I know. I just, I just don't worry about it. My neighbors all know me. They all knew what was going on. They knew to expect and how to handle it.
And that's the good thing also about all of us essentially being a family.
Mhm.
At least thanks to Marilyn starting the Facebook group. All of us knowing each other like we do and becoming a family, because
Right.
if one of us is having trouble with something, we can go to each other and go,
Mhm.
hey, what do I do about this? And if one of us lives close to the other person, we're like, okay,
Right.
yeah, I'll check this out.
You know, and certainly reach out. You know, you've got questions about things, and you know, how to streamline things, how to. I mean, you think about it. I started off in what was one of our spare bedrooms that had been turned into my office, and it was just too cramped. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then so I moved into, you know, we have a 5-bedroom house. At one point we had our 2 children, and plus one of our daughter's friends was living with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we having a big house, it helped. Now that they're all moved out, we're suddenly finding that we're going to be going to a smaller house because we just don't need all the space. But, you know, one of the things that very simple, Chad and I were talking about the other day, a simple thing like this light right here. I got 2 of them in a pack for $20. They're LED, and they add great ambiance to the background.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of things that it starts helping you to become, it looks more professional in the way that you're producing it. You know, and then the microphones and things like that. This one's got hot glue on it because I had glued the Mike Render bobblehead on there and stuff. So I just keep it out, but it works just fine. It's a good condenser mic. And I think I paid $30 for it. Apostate Alex was the one who suggested it.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be my next investment is a mic.
Yeah, and
I
you know,
just upgraded.
Excellent.
Send me your old ones.
Shoot, first off, I still got to get one out to Chad that I've been promising him that I just haven't had time to do. And
For
then
shame.
the other thing is my daughter comes and steals all of them that I'm not using, so I had to hide Chad. You know, and make sure, you know, it's just simple things like that. You're updating your lighting, your sound. The camera that I use is a Logitech C920, and it was less than $30 on Amazon, and it works wonder. You see how good a picture it produces.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, that's the thing. Plus, I mean, until you get there, you know, like I didn't want to spend, I'm retired, so I'm on a fixed income. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money on stuff. You got a professional TV studio right here.
Oh yeah.
That you can use. And that's how I did all my I still do a lot of my recorded content with my phone because it gives me such phenomenal pictures.
Oh yeah. Other than the live that we're doing now, everything I do is basically through the phone. Yeah.
Chad, you use your phone for doing like your lives out there at the waterfalls and everything, don't you?
Yeah, that's all I have too. Yeah. Just a regular, not even an Apple, just a regular old $100 Android phone.
Yeah, I mean, I got this one because, you know, we upgraded our account with T-Mobile. So I was able to get the, you know, the nice Samsung Galaxy, the newest one that was out there. My friends with iPhones who have the new versions of iPhones can't believe how good of pictures and videos this thing takes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were T-Mobile. I switched them a couple months ago, Paul.
I'm getting away from it. I can't. You know how it is. I walk from my living room to my kitchen and I lose signal when I'm talking to you on the phone.
Mine's pretty bad. Yeah, too.
Yeah,
but they had the right price.
I was gonna say mine's Metro through T-Mobile as well. So
yeah, and that's the thing is everybody's becoming T-Mobile. Next thing you know, AT&T brought to you by T-Mobile. You know.
Yeah, their price is right. You know.
And that's the thing. It's just I wish that they would expand their coverage. I get better coverage in Thailand than I do in my own house.
Wow.
So
we actually get better coverage with T-Mobile.
You think you would? We were with Sprint for 20 plus years. T-Mobile bought Sprint out, and it's just been you know it's been bad coverage.
Well,
I'll be on the road doing the courier service, talking to Chad, and nothing. And I'll end up having to hang up and call him back and stuff like that because the service is so horrible.
Especially since we both have T-Mobile.
Yeah. Thanks for taking care of your customers, T-Mobile. Yeah, that you know, and Evelyn, same thing with me. If I'm at home, what helps me is I use the Wi-Fi calling, and that helps to give me the better coverage of it. But we lose power and Wi-Fi out here almost daily. It's they have not upgraded any of the infrastructure around here whatsoever. I think it's 500 Mbps that my internet's at. It's the strongest they can give you without going commercial on it. But
Wow.
you know, it doesn't do any good if you don't have any Wi-Fi signal, period. So,
Right.
you know, that drives me nuts. And then, you know, T-Mobile was like, well, get a signal booster. Well, I'm not paying you for a signal booster.
Yeah.
How about you actually upgrade your infrastructure to where you can, I can get a signal in my own bathroom. All right.
Yep.
So that'd be
Right.
nice. So,
Yeah.
so what are the projects everybody's working on?
I am doing a bunch of videos on the Danny Masterson sentencing.
Okay.
I posted one yesterday on the victim statements.
Hmm.
And today I posted on the list of the most interesting of the character letters. And tomorrow I am posting the one on Bijou Phillips's letter.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go through the letters either one or two at a time, just depending on how they all pair together.
Right. Yeah, just the big thing is that, you know, one of the things you're gonna think about is everybody out there's doing them. What's going to make yours different? And that's the thing that you need. You want to set yourself apart. You want to make sure that people are seeing, even if it may be just something, just a hair different, as long as they believe that they're getting different content, they're getting new updated stuff that they're not getting from other people. That's going to bring people in and start expanding your channel.
And that's why I started with Bijou instead of starting with Ashton and Mila, because they still got news coming out.
Oh yeah,
all their stuff.
He just stepped down.
Yeah, and everyone's still covering all that. So I figured I would start with Bijou because no one's really touched on what Bijou said yet.
Liz, I think Liz was Vanessa was the closest one when they were talking about knowing Bijou. And how she was, working through the salon or whatever that is that they were doing. But yeah, I don't think anybody's really been harping on that too much. I think one of the reasons is a lot of people were worried about the sympathy part of it. She's married to this person who's done these horrific things, and she just they're worried about attacking her for being supportive of the person that she loves.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that situation, hun. You know who he is. You know him better than pretty much everyone. So.
But I wanted to expand on what Poe said, which I do agree with him. Everything that he said. It's okay to do the. I know it's okay to do the Scientology, stuff, and but eventually you do want to find. Like I did it for 4 months, and that's all I did. Eventually, you want to, branch out and do other things for a lot of different reasons, and.
Yeah, the Scientology is a bread.
It's pretty saturated. Yes,
but we're now at over 100 different SPTV channels out there.
Exactly, which is why I'm also branching into mental health awareness and autism awareness.
And you might want to talk to Vanessa because Vanessa works in the psychiatric field. So
okay,
give me 1 second. I want to go refill my glass real quick and find out why Roscoe suddenly went quiet on me. So
sounds good.
So, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah. So not everything I even did I always tell everyone just not everything I did, everything I tried. That you could try something and then it's like people don't really seem to like that, and I don't like doing it, and then you branch out into something else. And because I tried doing a couple of audits and it's like they weren't horrible, but I don't need to be doing that. So I used that experience and I did some other stuff with the monuments in Buffalo and. Somebody told me to try go to the Glen Falls waterfall, and now that turned into a whole series just because somebody gave me the ideas. So the more things you get into, the more diverse you are. But that's a great start with the Scientology stuff. There's just
exactly
it's
one of those things that's pulling in the people that we already know are going to come in, and then hopefully from there it'll branch out to other people because there are more viewers than there would have been otherwise.
And as you're doing, you got a great start. The more people you pull in for your chats, the more people see it. Next time we'll have to multi-stream because you'll get my viewers and Poe's viewers and
Yeah.
Brandy's view. You know, Brandy's viewers, and then we could all.
It's going to have to be one of those things where someone else runs the live stream, because I don't think I have the ability to add other people's channels on mine.
Yeah,
Because
she's
it's
not.
like the bare bottom.
That's okay. That's it. I started with that tier too, but yeah, I could, you know, I mean, if I'm on, I could do it, you know, or you know,
Yeah.
because you could do. Don't quote me on the numbers, but you could have 12 guests, and I believe 6 could stream, which that's usually more than enough. I've never had a problem with that. So we could use my channel, you know, or
right.
whatever. We'll work it out.
That works.
And you're welcome. You know, if you're building your channel, of course, you're welcome to come on the pre-show.
All right.
Just shoot me an email. You know, so I have your email, and you know, if you want to do it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, we'll be doing it probably for another month or two.
Yeah. Like I said, I will happily do the next chatathon with you and all that. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
great. Yeah,
Enjoy-
Poe's running it, so you have to email him. I'll be there the whole time, but no, those are great, and actually those are great. Even though we don't do them for that reason, they are great for getting subscribers.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, every you're already doing it. I don't really need to tell you. You got 4 people on tonight. That's
God damn, I broke 3.
yeah. No, I might meet Brandy, Poe, and you. You know, 3 guests.
Oh,
Four,
yeah.
4. Yeah.
I thought you were
Like I
saying-
said, next time when we set it up, you'll be amazed when you get you know, if you're streaming with we'll say 4 people, so you stream with 3 extra streams. Those other streams is, you don't have to over mention it, but you mention sub to blah blah blah, sub to, you know, your channel, and people will do it. So you know, it's yeah. And then shorts help too, doing the short videos.
Okay.
I did, and you'll have to, you know, you'll have to, might take some time to find exactly what you want to do, but I did the shorts just today. Just take, for example, today I went to, you want to try to get 3, like I did a live at a waterfall. It was nothing special. It wasn't the first time I've even been there. I had low viewers. Who cares about that, you know? But anyway, so I did the live. Every day I try to get 3 things out of it. I do a live. Out of the same live, I'll do a video and a short. And the short that I did today got me 2 subscribers. So if you do that every day, you know, it doesn't always happen that way, but a lot of times it does.
Getting the content out there as much as you can, as often as you can, it
Yeah.
keeps you fresh in people's memories.
Yeah.
You know, I did the 30 days straight of doing a live every day. It absolutely wore me out. But it also, those videos are continuing to get more and more views as they go.
Yeah.
Live streams are great for the fact that they build watch hours very strongly. Come here.
Very
Come
true.
Yep.
Come. Don't look at me like that. Come here.
Yeah, the more videos you put out, the more it comes on to everyone's feed, and yeah.
And that's the thing is get yourself out there, get on other channels when you can. You know, and the thing is that you want to just get your face out there, get people to know who you are.
Yeah.
Be honest and open, and people that's what they like more than anything. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, it's just like with my channel. I mean, my channel is nothing but a safe place for people to come and talk.
That's
And
good.
It's not that I have a straight, here's what we do. It's I
Right.
get on, I do a live. If people want to come and talk and just, vent, do whatever, I mean, that's what we do.
if you look at my channel, it started as a travel channel for a way to document my travels with my children.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pandemonium hit. So I had to switch gears and I started doing reviews of equipment, of tools, things like that, and then started working into the crafting. And my channel started growing exponentially until the Leah video. My review of my zero turn mower had over 25,000 views. And it just amazed me because I was lucky if I was getting 100 views per video. Then I put that one out and it just exploded. So just keep trying different things. If you see a niche that isn't being covered that much, don't be afraid to jump at it. So,
Oh yeah.
Chad's got his
Gotta throw this
OnlyFans.
up.
Yeah.
The plague.
Yeah, I mentioned I mentioned a bunch of stuff when you were tending the Roscoe there. Just try something. If it doesn't work, try something else. I've done that. Not everything is gonna work.
And there's nothing wrong with sitting in your office, your living room, your apartment, wherever, and doing your lives from there. But don't be afraid to make it look like it's a different place. I had backgrounds that I used for a while there, just while I was getting the wall back here taken care of, getting it the way I wanted. And I wanted something that was a representation of me. Big fan of old Albert Einstein back there. I hand make guitars. I love the old school video games. I'm a retired cop. I keep my hat there.
Yep.
All those things. And that's what I wanted. I wanted some kind of representation of who I am. And it's worked out really well for me. So,
Oh yeah.
don't be afraid to step things up. One woman, she literally uses Christmas lights around different things she has in her home, and it works for her. So yeah.
Very
Chad's
true.
got his he's got his paintings, and I was so upset with you that you took those paintings down.
I know, because somebody had some comment.
It looked like you had an army in front of you the other day with all them plushies.
I know. I didn't do them today. It was somebody else that didn't like them.
And Evelyn, I call it the pandemonium because on my streams, if I use the C word for it, or the other word that starts with a P for it, I get demonetized. Every one of my my lives gets demonetized as it is. I have to go back and fight them to get it back. But that's something else you're going to find. Especially originally, I was thinking that it had to be something to do with YouTube and the algorithm. But the more that I'm watching, when my videos aren't getting struck now for 2-3 hours or a day later, they're getting struck after they've gone through the AI algorithms. Now I'm realizing it's somebody's filing complaints with YouTube on my content. So just be prepared for that.
Yep.
I don't look to this for any kind of income, so I don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It's okay. We've all I got kids. Chad's
Oh,
got
yeah.
kids. So I mean, we know how it is. And then I got Roscoe, who decides he wants to either bark or jump in anytime I'm in front of a camera. So yeah, Evelyn, they will do it for the heck of it. That's for sure. Well, they do it out of spite because they want to hurt us. When they're putting these reporting our content and stuff like that, it's about trying to hurt us.
And it's not that, like Scientology, they want to come after us and be like, we'll get you where it hurts, where they think it hurts.
And if you look at mine, every one of mine that gets struck for guideline violations, they all get reviewed and they get cleared. Till you get down to the one that's got 26,000 views, the Leah Remini video, and that one got permanently struck. So, and what was it? We had something like 150 in super chats, Chad.
Yeah, something like that. And there's no reason that video should have got anything. We don't swear at all in the shows.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, tonight with Liz is the most profanity you've heard out of me in forever. So it's, hi there. What's your name, big man?
Hold on. Here.
That's
Say
Jack.
hi.
Hi,
What's your
Ella.
name?
Jack,
Hi.
what
Hi.
are you doing there? What are you doing there?
I'm John.
What's his name? Listen.
That's Chad.
Shed.
Oh, listen.
You mean up there?
Yeah.
That's Miss Christie.
You-
You love all them three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Did you know Mr. John's a retired cop?
What?
Yeah. 32 years being a police officer.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Isn't he so cool?
Yeah. There's the badge they gave me when I retired.
Wow.
Thank you.
So
Oh,
I retired from my
that's
first
that
department. So yeah. So I had that glued to the front of the microphone for a little bit for the cop talks, but you all see what that hot glue's done to the microphone. So.
Check, check.
What?
No one
Trying to
wants to
figure out a
see
way to get that
crab.
screen
Mr.
out there so
Crab.
I can heat it up, get it off there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't show anything copywritten because you can get struck for that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Check, check.
Whoa.
Stop.
Yeah, they'll hit you in a heartbeat for that. So,
Luckily,
all
the
right,
glare is so bad, no one can see it.
but yeah, they there's been channels that they've actually shut down channels over copyright violations. So.
Oh, I believe it. Jack, stop.
Well, look
Yes,
at Doug from Days But Not Confused.
Yeah.
They threw copyright violations after him like crazy and shut his entire channel down. It took him and Alex like 3 or 4 months to get it back up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And he was up there with Aaron for how big his channel was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course, Aaron's just gone into the stratosphere now, so
Definitely.
he's huge now.
That's
But he's a good
amazing.
guy. You know,
Yeah.
but the thing, you know, as big as he is, I could text him right now. Hey, how's it going? You know, it may take him a day or two, but he'll respond back. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's understand. I mean, look at me. I don't have a huge channel, and I'm busy all day long, every day as it is. It's,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then you throw in the what just recently happened with the weather, the Amazon semi driving over the front of my car. You know,
What?
Chad could tell you. I mean, there for a week, it
Yeah.
was just chaos around my life. So, yeah. Now,
I swear you can't win for losing.
yeah, you know, Goldie said it best. She said I had redefined the meaning of bad luck.
Yeah.
So, but it's coming around. We're starting to get things. You know,
It's
things
like
go
I
back
was-
in place.
It's like I was telling you a while back ago, you're not supposed to be more accident prone than me.
Cool. Yeah, but believe me, I've spent a lifetime of hold my beer and watch this. So you know, that's me. I'm the one who does the stupid, crazy stuff, and I'm paying for it now at 55 years old. But
hey, that
you
sounds
know,
like a live stream right there.
yeah, I mean, we when I was in the Army and we would go on the weekend, we would go skydiving. We would see who
Wow.
could hold out the longest before we pulled the cord to pop the chutes on us. You know, stuff like that. I mean, and Chad could tell you, I look at every day of my life as a blessing from God.
Oh, yeah.
I should have been dead several times over, and for some reason, He keeps me kicking and breathing. So I thank Him for every day that I've got.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been bit by venomous snakes. It's crazy. And I still play with the guns and with the snakes and all that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Chad, when you give me some more snake footage from New York, man?
I know. I keep looking for the snakes. Can't
You
believe I
gotta
found
have-
the one.
You got a great timber rattler population up there. You've got copperheads. So,
Okay.
what you
I'll
want to
keep
start looking
looking.
for now is rock shelves with spacing in them. Be very, very careful.
Oh, really?
That's where your copperheads and your timber rattlesnakes will go together in what's called a den. And it's going to be an outcropping where you have great sunlight view for a flat surface of rock for them to get out there and bask in the daylight. And
Yep.
so what they're going to do is they're going to get back up in there, way back into those rock crevices, and they're all going to huddle together, and that's where they'll den out for the winter. So
Wow.
yeah, it's good stuff. Down in Kentucky, we we'd go. You could be walking along and not even know it, but you're 2 feet from a 6-foot timber rattler coiled up.
Mm.
Under the
Oh
rock.
yeah.
So where do you live at? I know Chad's. Where's everybody live at?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. And you?
I'm Texas.
Texas. Hey, you guys, you got your good share of snakes as it is.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys got great. You guys got in Jacksonville. You've got the.
She got alligators out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see many alligators up there in Jacksonville?
I mean, they're
Oh.
there, but you don't really notice them unless you're actually looking for
Hello.
them. At least not in Jacksonville.
Hello.
I used to do I used to go to a yearly symposium at the alligator farm in St. Augustine.
Oh, okay.
They would do a year. There you go. That would be. Do you know the saying? Red touch black, venom lack. Red touch yellow, kill a fellow.
Yep.
So that's going to be a milk snake.
Go back over there. Okay. Yep.
Wow.
And it turns on and everything, though.
Yeah, and Evelyn, if you're living in, I take it that's Massachusetts. Yeah, you should have timbers, and you might also have the Eastern Massasauga that's there. Yeah, we've
You
got.
torment the cat with that, don't you?
What's that?
Her snake.
Oh, I've been a herpetologist since I was a teenager.
Oh no,
yeah.
my brother would love you. He's the
Oh.
same. He's the
There
same
you
way. He
go.
loves lizards and snakes and alligators and all that.
Yeah, I been on Animal Planet, National Geographic. Worked at Venom Extraction Laboratories. It's been to me. I got bit by a copperhead when I was 9 years old,
Okay.
and after that, I had no fear of snakes whatsoever. I actually drew a fascination to them. I had my first crocodilian, which was a caiman, at the age of 12. Actually went and volunteered at the Cincinnati Zoo and learned the best ways of, they call it husbandry when you're taking care of reptiles.
Yeah.
So, I went and I learned all those things, and it grew on me. A good friend of mine that I grew up with, he went on to get his doctorate in biology. He has a PhD in biology, and he specializes in herpetology. And he now owns a venom extraction. Well, he's owned it for probably 30 years now, venom extraction laboratory, and did a lot of work with him. That's actually where I ended up getting bit by a king cobra, was working in that lab. So
Is that part of the reason why you were down in Florida the last time?
no, we had my wife's sister had a very good friend she's been friends with probably 40 years who passed away.
Okay.
And she went down to check on everything and check on his home and all that. There had been a lot of talk about people were going in and taking stuff. And so we went down there to check on that. She didn't want to go by herself. She didn't want to fly. We're like, okay, rent a car. We'll drive you down. Cause we used to go down to Florida 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
So it was,
Because I remember you were down around St. Augustine.
we went to St. Augustine to see my sister and her family, but we had been we were staying near Ocala. That's where we were at.
Well,
Chad, what are you doing?
Sorry. I was trying to plug my phone in.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's I got bit by a king cobra probably 20 years ago now. I was when you're working at venom extraction lab, you'll do a number of snakes a day, and what they literally do is they bring in these rolling carts that have just stacks of they're basically just totes with the snakes in them, and you take a tote off at a time. They have a card on them, and you fill it out, flip it around so they know that the animals had a venom extraction.
okay.
And with the king cobras, they would come in big, like 40-gallon Rubbermaid trash cans with the locking lids on them, because the king cobras are so big. And I've worked in venom extraction labs where they literally have a little cabin or a little shack that is just full of enclosures of the snakes, and you literally just go over and pull them out, and put them back. But with this one, they brought in a Rubbermaid trash can. It had about a 15-foot king cobra in it, a 5-meter king cobra. And I had a college intern who was helping out at the time, and she was working with a banded crate.
Okay.
And banded krait's one of the most toxic snakes in the world, but they're very rare to bite. They're very docile, very easy to handle.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you go to Malaysia right now and you go to the beach and they'll literally have these banded kraits and you pay money and they'll put them around your neck and take pictures of them. Kids do it all day long. These snakes are very docile.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about them. But she was working with a banded krait, and suddenly I had pulled the king cobra out, and his head was probably about that big. So I had him locked, and I was getting ready. And it's basically you have a glass funnel in front of you that has a plastic membrane over it. Everybody's seen it where the snakes bite into the plastic, and that's basically what we're doing. So the snakes, you open it up, and the king cobras are so big that they'll literally come up out of it, and they're trying to look around, and all you're doing is you're waiting, watching the opportunity. If they start hooding up, then you're going to try to distract them with your other hand and then snatch them around the head.
Okay.
And you want to get them at the base of the head around the neck there. And so I had him, and I was getting ready. I was bringing him up. He was going to do the extraction with him, and I heard the intern squeal, and I turned and looked, and the banded krait she was working with was starting to wiggle. And I'm like, just let up on him. He'll calm down, and then you can then snatch him at that point. It was right about then that I felt a light tap on my wrist.
Oh Lord.
And I was like, oh no. And I looked, and the king cobra's sitting there like that, and he's getting ready. He had just gotten enough of his neck out of my hand so he could strike me. So, 17 vials of antivenom, 2 weeks in intensive care with another month and a half of being in the hospital while everything worked out. Heart stopped twice, had to be defibrillated twice,
Oh.
And then as soon as I was able to get back up and going, I was right back in there working again. So, it's just how it is. I've got friends that are missing fingers, arms, big sections of their muscle because the venom has destroyed them. I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, definitely.
Evelyn's wanting to know about, other than antivenom, there are so many things that are being researched right now, like pain relief and non-narcotic pain relief. They're looking into antivenom as a new antibiotic, ways they can make new antibiotics without using the same old tried and true traditions. Because if you go to China, they give antibiotics out. You walk in and you go, I fell and broke my arm. Okay, we're going to give you a full line of antibiotics. There's no need for the antibiotics, but they give it to them because everybody expects it. And they do the same thing here in America. There's a growing resistance to the antibiotics themselves because all the strains of viruses and illnesses that they would counteract, they're becoming tolerant of the antibiotics we have. So what they're doing now is they're looking at other forms. Like sharks don't get infections like people do. They're looking into the enzymes in the blood of sharks, into the cartilage, different things like that. With snakes, they found that there's a South American species called the ferdilants, that their antivenom has surprising abilities to kill the COVID virus. So those are the different things that are being looked into. Every day there's something new that they're looking into, what the proteins and enzymes in snake venom can do. And it's amazing. You wouldn't believe that venom is literally just modified saliva.
Yeah.
So,
aren't they looking at possums for a similar reason?
Possums, they know that the reason why possums can't get rabies and they aren't susceptible to other things is because their body temperature is lower. Possums don't require we require that 96 to 98 degree range to be a healthy human being. Possums are a much lower level. Therefore, if they're bitten by an animal that has, say, rabies, they won't contract the rabies because their body temperature is too low and it kills the rabies off.
Okay.
That's what's really interesting about with the pandemonium we just went through. If you look at the virus itself, it's a very weak virus. Just subtle changes in body temperature can actually kill that virus off. So it's amazing how easily it spread. But that's also because every country in the world is interlocked now through the advances in airlines and travel and things like that, the advances in shipping. So if a virus or an illness starts in another country, it can easily be in the country next to them within a matter of hours, and then be worldwide within a matter of days.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really interesting stuff. I mean, I was just in Malaysia at the beginning of the year and contracted malaria. And I thought for sure that I had contracted the C word. And, I go to the hospital. I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. I had a high fever. I couldn't rest. I was just miserable. I get to the hospital. I got this doctor who's been practicing for over 40 years. And he's like, "You got malaria. When was the last time you were outside where mosquitoes are?" And I was like, "Well, I've spent the last week or two going through pineapple plantations, catching king cobras." And he goes, "Yep." He goes, "And their mosquitoes there are microscopic. They look like little dots." And he goes, "So that's what you got." He gave me hydroxychloroquine, and then the next day, all the symptoms were gone. It's just it took a few days for my body to get back to where it needed to be because of the illness itself. It had drained so much out of me. But yeah, those things. I mean, and as it is right now, I'm having trouble I'm trying to put together a big motorcycle tour of Southeast Asia. It's going to be 6 countries, and it's 6,000 kilometers of riding on motorcycles. Big problem I'm having is trying to get the clearance to get back into those countries because I had contracted malaria.
Okay.
So, all right. Well,
Where did Chad go?
What's that?
I think Chad fell out.
I think he's trying to show us his Raccoon City emblem there.
I know, right?
I was here.
No.
Yeah, here.
So, well, I'm going to get off of here. The wife will be home here pretty soon. So, thank you for having me on. It's been.
Thank you for coming. I think it's probably about time for all of us to wrap up because I think it's about bedtime for everybody.
Oh, as soon as I get off here, somebody's going to call me. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get to bed too.
So,
Definitely, y'all call me tomorrow or the day after, and we'll set something up, some sort of time or whatnot.
all righty.
Sounds
All
good.
right, well, thanks for
All
having me
right.
on.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Christy.
No problem. And y'all can call me Brandy.
Oh, Brandy. I thought your name was Christy for some reason.
No, it's Brandy.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brandy.
You're welcome.
You have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.